Aloha, I have something really special planned for you today. So, on this channel, I talk a lot about alchemy, and today I really developed a deeper understanding. Like, I just started channeling this message. So, I wrote it all down, and I want to freestyle it as much as I can, but I do have it written down because I wanted to capture it while it was fresh and coming through. And so I really tuned into this message and am excited to bring it to you today. Um, so a lot of times we can think about alchemy and like it's something to do. Like, okay, this pain is here, so now I have to find the meaning in it. I have to find the understanding in it. I have to turn this shit into gold. I have to alchemize this situation. And so we try to rush through that healing process in an attempt to alchemize it. And I think that that is where the message gets lost sometimes, is that the alchemy happens in the feeling of it, in the not rushing through it, in the resting, in the crying, in the screaming, in the staring into space, really like being in nature and connecting with loved ones and people who understand. Like, it's holding the pain, holding the discomfort, holding the fear, holding all of the uncomfortable feelings at the same time as you also hold on to your human, to knowing that there is light on the other side, that you will get through it. Don't get stuck in it and identify with the pain, but just hold it and look at it and witness it and give it space. I've recently been going through some really heavy stuff, and I'm not even in my head about it. In my head, it's like resolved, no issue. But that's one thing about embodiment, is that I am truly feeling my body, and I just will wake up feeling sad or feeling overwhelmed or feeling angry or whatever the feeling of the day is going to be. Like, it's been a whole roller coaster. And normally I would be like, okay, I've got all these problems. I need to distract. I need to rush through. And I've been, learning to sit with the discomfort for a while now. But this time it's been a very big spiritual transformational experience, more so than before. And that I've just really allowed so much care and space and non-judgment for what I've been going through, and allowing the sadness to come up and not trying to fix it or try to figure out why I feel sad, laying down and crying if I need to, and not trying to make sense of the crying, or be I'm crying because of this and it's okay because of that, but to just be in it and to understand that that is fully a part of the human experience. So it's about sitting in it, not wallowing in it, but sitting in it and allowing the pain, the discomfort, the grief, whatever it is, to move through you. And the way that the alchemy happens is like, in that feeling of it, it transforms you. It transforms parts of you that are connected to this healing, parts of you that are connected to whatever it is that you're meant to gain from this lesson or wisdom, healing, whatever it is that you're meant to gain from this experience. It becomes a part of you because you're sitting with the pain. Because in sitting with the pain, all of the things that aren't true burn away, and those ashes fall down, and what's left rising is the truth, like the truthiest truth. But that doesn't happen by rushing through the process. That doesn't happen by, okay, this is happening, how am I going to transform it into something beautiful? I mean, it's great to know that that is the end result, that that's going to be happening, but that's not something to do. It's just something that happens. I say this so often. It's these things that we're yearning for, that we're trying to create, are a byproduct of being in this way. And allowing our feelings is a part of our authenticity. It's just being in the reality of being human. Okay, so I could be like, maybe this isn't that big of a deal, I shouldn't feel so sad, or it makes sense that it happened and this is what comes as a result of it, so it's all okay. To just be like, I feel icky today, And instead of trying to push myself into doing something that doesn't feel natural or right, and those things, if we're honest with ourselves, they never are as fruitful as we're thinking they're going to be. Like, oh, I feel like hell, I'm grieving, but I'm going to go push through and go to work. It's not going to be fruitful in the way that it would be when you're clear and you're clean and you've felt through all of these emotions and feelings, right? So it's not even, we do it, we force ourselves into it, but it's not even achieving what we think it's going to achieve anyway. So just give yourself the pass to be human and understand that sitting in it, not trying to change it, not trying to run from it. If you need to do something to soothe yourself, do something to soothe yourself. Just don't get stuck in your soothing. Also allow yourself to feel the pain. And that's another thing. It's like in this, I was like, okay, I need to not partake, not have anything to drink, or, not do anything. And I really haven't been drinking much lately, but not that it's relevant, but like, oh, I don't want to have a glass of wine because then that's just escaping. But to be like, actually, you know what? I feel real shitty, and an Aperol Spritz would really lift my spirits right now. So it's not my, like, I don't have to feel like in pain to feel this. Like, I don't have to be miserable to sit in it. I can take a moment and give myself a breather and have a little Aperol Spritz and have a little fun and get a little buzz and feel good and give myself relief for a minute. Now, if I'm going to the Aperol Spritz and then continuing and then staying numbing out and not feeling it, that's when we get into bypassing and numbing. But to just not take it so seriously. And I this keeps coming through, I think, in a lot of ways, because healing, especially when we're going through our trauma and our past, can feel really traumatic and like intense, and it gets easy to take it seriously because it's serious things that we're talking about. But don't take it like it's a job. Like, okay, now I have to alchemize this. Now I have to sit in this uncomfortable feeling, and if it's not uncomfortable the whole time, that I'm doing it wrong. No, just go on about your life. Honor how you're feeling. Today I woke up feeling really ick again, multiple days in a row, which is really rare for me. And not hopeless or sad or like wanting to escape, but just like in my body, like a physical, just feeling like meh, like this heaviness in my heart. And instead of being like, okay, I'm gonna lay in bed and just or instead of being like, okay, I'm just gonna push through this and get to work and do the things that I need to do, I just took my time. I got up, I moved in a way that felt really joyful and felt good for me. I did a little dance, did some squats, got my heart going. I like to jump up and down. It like gets my heart rate up and feels, gets the dopamine going. I moved a little bit. I went outside and I got some fresh air, and I made myself a nice breakfast and savored my latte, and then had a second little warm drink afterwards, like a little golden adaptogen drink that I knew would make me feel really good. And I just asked myself, like, what's the lightest thing that I can do right now? And I had a few dishes in the sink, so I went and washed those dishes, and making my breakfast was a light thing that I did. And then the next thing I knew, I was like, oh, I've got these clothes that have been on the line for a few days. Let me take these clothes off the line and start another load of laundry. And it felt really light and easeful. And knowing that I wanted to record this video today because there's a really big treat coming after this. But knowing that this was going to be happening and being okay with the way that I felt, and that it was not a delicious feeling, and just like, how can I serve my human today? What's going to feel the lightest that'll also be serving my human and serving my life path and me feeling better, and not just like losing track of everything that's important to me, but also not numbing out or distracting from what's happening right now, just making myself available. Like, where does the energy want to go? How can I make myself available for that energy? But again, it's like feeling it. It's when you allow that space to sit and stare out the window and look at the trees, if that's an option for you, or just sit on your lanai, your front porch swing, go for a walk outside, whatever feels really delicious and relaxing to you. Whatever, even if it's just lay on the floor and cry or scream or feel sorry for yourself, or give yourself a hug or some like supportive touch on your face, or like, give yourself some supportive touch. whatever you need to stop and do or feel or be to allow that emotion space to exist within you without judgment and without pressure and without objective, but just to allow it to exist, that's when the alchemy happens. Because in existing in those uncomfortable feelings, it leads us to the thoughts. This morning, this conversation, I've like already channeled 3 different messages I'm going to make videos on, because just sitting there and not trying to rush myself and being like, okay, I'm making the YouTube videos today. Okay, I need to do this, I need to do that. No, I just like, what feels light right now? What feels light right now? And in the moment when I was having my second warm drink, after I had done a couple of little things that felt really good, I even had some time to just sit on my bed and stare out the window. And so I'm having my second warm drink, and like, let me just sit here. Let me just sit here and give myself space to feel, and then I'll know the next move, because that's how it happens. We don't have to look for the next move. We don't have to look for the truth, the next thing. When those ashes fall away, it's there. That's what remains. So just by allowing myself to sit in it, to drink my warm drink, and to not try to figure it out, to not know what was next, to not make a plan, to not try to figure it out, but just be there in the discomfort of it, then suddenly I started opening up and channeling all these messages, and got 3 different messages for videos I'm going to make, and inspiration. And then I felt really good. And then the heaviness is actually, I'm realizing as I'm speaking, like, it's not feeling as heavy right now. No, my normal chipper, like jumping around, joyful self, no, but I don't feel that heaviness and that sadness that I've been feeling for days and days. Because I brought the sadness with me. I'm not exiling those parts of myself. I'm not turning them away and saying there's not room for you, there's not time for you, I don't have energy for this, or let's move on, there's no space here. No, it's just like, this can exist, and if it needs to take priority, and I need to eat some chocolate, or I need to go have an ice cream, or I need to fast and not eat anything because I don't have an appetite, whatever the thing is, I want to go sit in a hammock. Before I came down today, I had to go run an errand that was time sensitive, and I went and ran my errand. I was like, it'll help me focus, I'll get that done, I'll feel good about it. Ironically, I missed the post office. I thought they closed at noon, but they closed at 11. So I didn't get the errand done anyway, but then I realized I have till Monday, so we're good on that. But I went and ran my little errand in town, super close by, came back, and was like, okay, now I'm going to get down there and build my altar, and I'm going to make these videos. And everything inside of me was like, we're not there yet. Like, can we just have a minute? Can we like connect? So I was like, okay. So I took my shoes off, and we have a hammock across the yard that my neighbor's, he has a whole like playground, obstacle course, zip line, all kinds of things for the kids over there. And there's a big like parachute hammock that I use often. And I went barefoot across the yard and sat in the hammock to where I could like sit and recline butterfly and look up at the trees and look at the fractals of the light, the blue sky shining through the green leaves, and being with the trees, not asking them to do anything for me or to change anything, but just to be with me as I was feeling all the things that I've been feeling, and just sitting there until I just moved naturally. I don't know how long I was there, but there was a moment when it was like, this is complete, and I got up and I felt good, and I came down and I was focused and ready to do this and to record this for you. So, you know, by not fixing things, it allows us to sit in it and to rewire our nervous system. So it's beyond the like energetic part, beyond the emotional part. Like, there's also all of this other physiological stuff that happens, but it literally rewires our nervous system so that each time we're facing something that brings in a similar feeling, we're able to alchemize it more quickly. Not intentionally like, oh, I can do this more quickly now, but it just happens more quickly because we have practice and our nervous system is ready to receive the discomfort and to let it transform us. And that's the real alchemy, right? It's the space that we carve within ourselves. It's this container that we create for all of us to exist. And we're not just like alchemizing our day-to-day, we're alchemizing things from our past from our ancestors, from our lineage, that has affected our family system and passed down from generation to generation through our DNA. Like, we are in this amazing, unique opportunity right now in the world and in life and in energy and the access that we have to information and different tools that we are, we've been called upon to decolonize, to return to the wisdom of our ancestors, and to alchemize this pain and this harm that's been done over generations and generations of colonization. That's something that I feel a very strong pull towards and purpose in, is decolonizing myself and to example that, to be that, to show that. This is how it looks for me to decolonize myself. And this alchemy, things that were coming up, that we're feeling, these experiences that we're having that are bringing these emotions, those experiences are just meant to bring these emotions, because these emotions weren't able to be alchemized and felt through our ancestors, through the people before us. They didn't have the time to rest. They didn't have the opportunity to catch a breath. They didn't have a chance to play. So when we do these things, when we give our space for the feeling, when we give our space to hold all of it, both ends, everything at the same time, the light and the dark, then it's alchemizing generations of pain. It's alchemizing that for our ancestors. And the great thing about that is they didn't just give us their pain. They didn't just pass that to us. They also have given us their wisdom and their understanding and their experience, and they're with us, literally with us, holding us. So whatever this is that you're in, that you're feeling, that you're holding, because this isn't a video about changing or getting through something. This is a video about being in something. This is about being in it. And while you're in it, know that your ancestors, your guides, the ascended masters, your higher self, it's all there. Everyone's there holding you. You're not in this alone. They're holding all of these things. Whatever this heaviness is that you have right now, they're holding it with you, because it's not yours alone to transmute. It's not yours alone to carry. It's not just yours. It's been passed to you, and now it gets to be transmuted through you. We're literally the vessel, the physical vessel. I talk so much about that, about this body, mind, spirit connection, and how Source co-creates with us. And that's one thing that's happening in transmuting this energy that's coming through us, is that we're using this physical vessel to feel it. And our soul, our mind, it's all working together to create this alchemy, just by us allowing space to be in the fullness of humaning, of the human experience, just allowing our space to be, space to be in that. The alchemy happens on its own. It's not something that you do. It's not a goal. It's just a knowing that it's happening. While you're sitting in it, you don't have to do it. You don't have to plan for it. You don't have to look for the opportunities. When you're really sitting in it, when you're really sitting with that discomfort, it happens as a byproduct of it. It just happens naturally. And that's literally letting it be transmuted, just simply by allowing space for it. So, soothe yourself, scream, connect, play, whatever you need to do without distracting yourself. You can hold it all at the same time. You can hold the joy, you can hold the light and the darkness, let it dance together in your life, because that's everything. Every bit of light has its shadow. That is the nature of light. And so when you recognize that you are this whole person, and you hold the light and the shadow at the same time, you hold this heaviness. I've had this heaviness, and I've just allowed it to be, while also not pushing myself to do schoolwork, but knowing that there's deadlines and there's schoolwork that needs to be done. And when I've needed to ask for grace from my instructors, I have. And not oh, I have to do this, but knowing the vision. The vision is to keep my grades up, to learn what I came here to learn, to have this experience, to show up fully for myself and for this experience of education. And so that's what I'm going to do, but I'm not going to force myself to be I have to do this assignment right now. I'm going to get behind or whatever. It's just this knowing of okay, I'm a little behind right now. Once I've moved through this, once this has moved through me, once this has been transmuted, I'll get back on it. And I'm going to do the best that I can, and it's going to be enough. Right now, my body, my soul, my inner child, every part of me is asking for rest, is asking to be held. And so when you, you recognize that you are this whole person, and you hold the light and the shadow at the same time, you hold this heaviness. Like, everyone's there holding you. You're not in this alone. It's just a knowing that it's happening. While you're sitting in it, you don't have to do it. You don't have to plan for it. You don't have to look for the opportunities. When you're really sitting in it, you're really sitting with that discomfort. It just happens naturally. So that's how I'm holding both the vision for the future, the vision, the goal, the things that I'm working on, knowing that rent needs to be paid, knowing that car payments need to be made, knowing that all the real life stuff is happening, and prioritizing these feelings because, as you can see, just a few days, really allowing myself to feel it. So much has been unlocked inside of me. This has already been alchemized so much. I've learned so much about myself. I've learned so much about others involved. I've learned so much about everything. Like, it's just opened up so much. It's already turned into gold, and it's just continues more and more as I allow it space, as I feel it and allow it to be there. You know, and again, we're not just carrying our ancestors' pain, but we're also carrying their joy and their love and their support and their wisdom and their tools for remembering. They left us knowing that they left us with what they know we would need for this, that we need for the sacred work of transmutation. They're with us, they're holding us, they're supporting us. Like, don't forget that. You don't have to find the meaning in the pain. You don't have to look for the purpose. Just feel the pain and the purpose will reveal itself. It all rises to the top. And just as we allow space for the grief and the pain to be transmuted, we can also alchemize and expand into joy, into pleasure, into excitement, into peace. These are also what I call active alchemy. These are things that we can transmute and use. And so there's this passive alchemy that happens when you're feeling heaviness and feeling things that are difficult, because it takes your energy, right? It takes your soul, your energy. You need to go within and allow that to be transmuted. But then when there's energies that are coming through, like excitement and joy and opportunity, and there's a momentum that comes with that, and we can alchemize that momentum into next level realities, quantum leaps, like dreams, all of these things. And that is what I consider more active alchemy. And I'll make another video and practice to go with that. I already have it. It's going to be so good, guys. I've gotten over my 100 videos and I've learned so much, and like, things are coming through, and it's just going to get better and better. And those of you who are here and have been here and are just showing up, all of you, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. It's just going to get better and better and better. And you know, with this active alchemy, I recently had this experience, and there's a big opportunity. I did another video on it, like on the big leaps, making big leaps. But this opportunity that made me scared and excited. It was just like, oh, this is huge, and if I do it, I could fail, and that's the end of the dream, or I could just keep dreaming and never do it. And there was this excitement, this expansive, like, scary feeling, and jumping into that and letting that expand you. That goes more into the active alchemy. But again, I'm gonna make another video on that. But you know, it's not just about surviving life or getting through the hard parts or transmuting the difficulties. Like, alchemy is this beautiful play that we get to have, this co-creation with the universe, that we get to use these amazing, wonderful, beautiful bodies and these brilliant minds and these beautiful bright lights of souls of ours to, like, transmute these energies on the planet and in the universe, like, all over. It's when you're doing this sacred, holy work, you start to feel its effects ripple around you. It's that butterfly effect, right? So every bit of alchemy that we do is, I mean, it's affecting everything. Everything in the planet works together. Everything in the universe, everything in the cosmos is working together, and every little thing has a ripple effect through that. So alchemizing these feelings not only creates this beautiful, amazing, peaceful, fulfilling, joyful life for you, but it also has a ripple effect and a huge impact on everything, the world around us. So I keep, like, teasing at this. Okay, I just want to leave you a reminder. I did write this down. I think it's important to kind of close on it, but you don't have to force it. You don't have to figure it out. You just have to let yourself be. Feel it all. Let it shape you. Let it shape the life that's waiting for you. That's what it will do. Trust the breath. Trust the feeling. Trust the fire inside you to burn away what isn't true and reveal the gold that has always been there. So I am going to lead you through a breathwork session, which is something I've been inspired to do for a while now. And today I've built this beautiful altar. It's behind me. It's going to be another video. This was a long one. Thank you for hanging in there. Really sacred, special video. I don't know if I'll leave it up forever, just as long as, you know, it feels clean and If I'm ever inspired to take it down, I'll take it down. But I'm going to do this. I do this 3-part pranayama breath, and the intention of this breathwork session is to sit in it, is to hold the energy, to hold the space so that the alchemy and the transmutation can happen. So I'm going to leave a video, I'll link it here, that you can click on next and go into the breathwork session. And it's really, I've put so much love into it already, just building a playlist for it that you can like QR code your way into and have the music for it so that you can hear what I'm hearing, or you can just not listen to music and just listen to my wonderful voice. The sultry sounds of Melissa, but it's going to be so beautiful. I've just done so much already to energetically set the space for this breathwork session. I've got more work to do behind me. I'm going to burn some things and pull in some things and pull a card, and it's going to be amazing. And it'll be something also that you can continue to go back to as long as it's up. So we're using that breath to transmute, to alchemize. And I love you. I'm proud of you. Thank you for being here. Aloha.